Hello.
Hi, I thought I maybe had the wrong time because no one was there yet.
I had the same feeling. I came and left twice thinking I must have the wrong time.
And the funny thing is, it says that the recording's on,
Yeah,
which, yeah. Oh, well, I'm Gail.
I'm Miguel.
Uh,
I haven't
if,
been around for a while because I had some problems with a muscle in my leg.
uh,
Okay, I'll see you.
do you do the Monday or are you gonna do the Monday as well?
I'm going to try to. I haven't
Yeah,
done it yet. I've just done the Tai Chi on Fridays.
yeah, the Monday is Tai Chi, but it focuses on gait and balance,
Hmm.
which which I really find very helpful. Um, And the Fridays, I think it's a little more difficult for me. There's a lot of, upper body stuff and
Oh,
movement.
really?
But I
Okay.
do it again.
I should try that. That sounds pretty challenging.
Well, the Monday's real good for gait and balance if that's an issue with you. I don't know about the leg and everything, but he's
Balance it.
he's so good. Are you in the Bay Area?
I'm in Napa.
Oh, okay.
You?
I'm in Chicago right now.
Oh, wow.
But
My son lives in Chicago.
who is that?
My son and grandson live in Chicago.
Oh,
Yeah,
ah,
it's a
where do
nice
they live?
town.
Uh-huh.
Pardon me?
Where do they live? Do you know?
They live out near Midway.
Oh yeah. Well, that's where I fly in and out from.
Yeah, if you fly Southwest, you fly in and out of there all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
A
My
very
sister,
nerve-wracking approach.
yeah. Yeah, my sister lives in the Bay Area, so I got into it when I was living with her for a while.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. This is very strange, but we'll see what happens. Well, it's not quite one yet, I don't think.
He's
I mean,
usually
it's not
here early.
11, yeah.
Here comes somebody else.
Oh, you're in the Pacific time as well.
Yes.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I really like the way that Otto teaches his classes.
Me too. He's very instructional, in a very casual way, but he's very precise.
Yeah, I like that. How long have you had Parkinson's, Gail?
I was diagnosed 2.5 years ago, but I think I had it for about a year and a half before that. I just didn't know what it was. Um,
Yeah, I have had it for since 2010, so I'm going on 14 years.
oh,
And I also think I had it for at least a year or two before I was
yeah,
diagnosed because
yeah,
it took a year to find out what was going on with me.
yeah, me too, because I thought I just lost a lot of strength, just from laying around during the pandemic. And and
Sorry.
watching TV. But I tried to build myself back, but I couldn't. And finally, a physical therapist said, "You got to get checked out. You've got, many of the symptoms of Parkinson's." The only thing I didn't have was tremors, so it was kind of, kind of baffling to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a baffling disease.
Everybody has their own little version.
That's very true.
They
Which makes
say,
makes it a little problematic for doctors and ourselves to figure out what's going on. We have to really kind of become our own
yeah,
investigators. Good morning.
Now it is it's 11:02. Golly, I'm going to get on with my iPhone and make sure there's 7 people now. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I guess we're at the right place at the right time. Where are they? Hi.
Hi.
Hi, folks. Sorry, had a little technicality on my end here, but
Good
I'm
morning.
here. As are you. What's up, Miguel? Long
Hey,
time.
good to see you. It's been a while. I've been trying to get over a bad psoas muscle and
Sorry.
see how it goes today.
Yeah. Um, okay, so we got the recording rolling. So if you guys have to clear anything out of your screen, do so. I'm going to mute everyone and we'll get down to business. Okay. So we've got our upright seat scooted to the front edge, hands on the legs, shoulders comfortable, cultivating zhongjung, the Chinese term meaning central pillar or central upright. Hello. And nasal breathing, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just continue with that. A few more rounds. I'm going to spotlight this just in case people pop in. Okay. And Joanne, I'm going to mute you.
Please.
Keep it muted. Yeah. Again, so this zhongjung, just these basic principles, talked about them a lot, but I always go over them, especially because we can have new people showing up. But also it's important to remember the underlying infrastructural practice going on. Zhongjung is central upright or central pillar. And we can all understand that, this idea of having good posture to say, oh, stand up straight or get upright, you know. But the Taoist next level of that, which is super important, is Chunwan, which means relaxing and releasing and softening everything going on in the body as your means of finding stability. So at first that may not make as much sense because we think, well, I want to be stable, so I hold. But the way we are built and the way the body works, that actually works against us. So the more stiffness and tension we have, especially when we stand up, the more sort of toppling and top heavy and sort of clumsy we can be. And so this emphasis in Tai Chi, Qigong, and Taoist movement practice on soft, let go, relax. And so then what that creates is a settling, just like a glass of water. Let's say a glass of water filled with sediment, it's all stirred up. You let it sit there long enough, what happens? All that sediment finds its way naturally to condense at the bottom. So think of that as your idea of when you're looking for being more stable and more grounded, you want to be like that glass of water. You want to have everything that is density or of the earth, how they talk about it poetically, you want that to go back down to the earth. So let that settle through the chair, through your legs, and what's left is this third principle called Qingling, lightness, nimbleness, like that clear glass of water that doesn't have all this sediment in it. The body starts to feel that way. The nervous system, we want it to feel that way, this throughness, this open, clear quality, which I think is so important with Parkinson's, because the Parkinson's deal is like all this chaos going on, right? So if possible, and I've watched people working with Parkinson's be able to do this, to use the breath, use the mind, what they call the E, to influence more of a clearing, relaxing, down regulating, softening, settling, all of that. So, in that direction, you want to sort of direct the flow. So, it's releasing down, it's settling, it's clearing and becoming lighter and more nimble. The breath really helps in through the nose, holding a moment, then going out through the nose or the mouth, holding a moment, in through the nose, out. So we're already creating some positive change, ideally. And then we add on top of that certain movements. So our first movement, slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, lift the chest, lift the chin. So now we're arching the spinal column back. And then we do the opposite. Slide the hands forward past the knees, but hollow your chest back. So we're rounding and dropping the head. And then we go again. Slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, arch. And then slide the hands forward, hollow the chest, round the back, drop. And we do it again. Inhaling. And exhaling. So another sort of Taoist idea of a healthy body, healthy brain, healthy nervous system, freedom of movement. So we're feeling a freedom of movement between these two extremes of arched and rounded. And emphasize soft, relax, and yet still able to move the body, still able to pilot the vehicle without a whole bunch of extra tension. Now settle back to neutral, that position that we started in, and now we go in a new direction. Left hand goes forward, right hand goes back, elbow back. Turn the shoulders, turn the head to the right. And then switch. Right hand goes forward, left hand and elbow goes back. Turn. And then switch again. Turn. And then switch again. Turn. And switch again. And so freedom of movement between these two extremes of the range, right? We're totally twisted to one end, and then we're flowing through all the way to the other. And then one more each way, flowing through. So when you're relaxed, you're letting the weight go down through the chair, through your legs. Then what's left is this clear, relaxed Qingling nimbleness. And then we're moving using that nimbleness. Come back to middle. Hang the arms. Now we softly lean to the right. And notice how I'm letting my head go. I'm letting my spinal column bend, but my groundedness is staying down through the chair. So it might look like I'm almost going to fall out of the chair, but I don't feel that way. Whereas if I tighten up, then I feel like I'm going to be top heavy and fall. So get this feeling of like a tree. Picture that palm tree in a hurricane, how by allowing itself to be. So its stability relies heavily on its pliability, its looseness. Now let's add, as you lean to your left, lift your right wrist up. And notice I'm not taking my arm way out here. I'm just floating it up right in this little space near the chest so that I can droop a little more and kind of flirt with disaster, and then change. Now we go over to this side. Right arm is long, left wrist floats up, and then we can sort of just play with almost falling out of the chair and feel your middle pivot. Belly button representing this middle pivot of the body. Again, freedom of movement also helps us find the center, the middle pivot. Back to middle. Now, most complicated part of the body, anatomically speaking, is these scapula, the shoulder blades. Most people think of shoulders as here, but the arm begins back here. So slide them up and down. That's the first movement that they do. Slide up, shrug shoulders all the way up, all the way down. Up and down. And then the next movement, relax them. Then you spread the shoulder blades apart so they go opening, but you have to allow this kind of funny position here where the chest hollows and the shoulders sort of migrate forward. And then we go back, middle, or neutral, and then forward. Now, from this forward position, so get those shoulders forward there, and watch me here, lift. So from the forward position, lift up, then keep them lifted, take the shoulders back, and then down your back, under. Forward, up, over top, back, under, forward, up. Let's do 2 more in this direction. And then 2 more in the other direction. Back, up, forward, down, under, back, up, over, forward, down, under and back, over, forward, down. Last one. And down. Bend the elbows. Elbows flare out and up. Just as much as you can, but stay relaxed, stay loose. And then elbows down, around in front of you, touch the elbows together as best you can, and then down. Out and up. Down. Around in front. Down. Now elbows straight back behind you, back, then down, then forward, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up. And then down, out, 1 above, 1 below, cross, and hug, and then open, switch, cross, open, switch, hug, open, elbows down, arms down, loose, and relax. So all of that to ideally produce a looser quality of chest, arm, shoulder blade, rib cage connection, rather than glued Looks. Can you guys hear me? Thumb up if you can hear me, please. Okay. I just changed the internet, so hopefully this will be better. So lift. And it looks like it's frozen again. Am I frozen? Miguel, I can see you moving, Miguel, but everyone else is frozen. Can you see me, Miguel? Where's everybody else? Everyone else is frozen. The internet gods are merciless. Okay, can everyone raise their hand so I can, if you can see me and hear me, raise your hand up. Okay, but is it glitchy? I'm glitching, right? Apologies, yeah. Anyway, I changed provider, so hopefully it'll be smoother. Let's keep rolling. So load, push, load, down, switch, load, push, load, down, switch, load, push, load, down, switch, push. And right leg, straight, point and flex, point, flex, point, flex. And then tilt in, tilt out. And then circle. Reverse circle. And down. Other leg, point and flex. And then tilt the foot in, tilt the foot out. And then circle. And circle. And down. Scoot forward on the chair all the way to that front edge one more time. Now we go feet a little wider. So this is for the hip rotation. Lift your toes, both toes up, and turn so that your knees and toes point in. So that's internal rotation. Then lift the toes and turn out. External rotation. So you got pelvis, spinal column, all of this, the central axis skeleton, and then the appendage of the legs being free to move. Internal rotation, external rotation. Internal rotation, external. So we actually want what they call dynamic separation of the various parts of the body. Rather than everything being held together, we're actually separating the parts. This is the Taoist understanding of how to make this body function over the longevity of the lifetime. So let's cultivate this space. Now, neutral, fold, sit upright, lean a little bit back, and then sit upright. And notice when I fold, my spine does not round. I fold from that hip crease that we were just rotating the legs from. I'm moving the pelvis at that exact dynamic separated space, hinging, vertical, leaning, vertical. Now we use everything we've just created, this looseness in the shoulders, this space in the hips, this changeability in the legs to stand up. But try to stay very relaxed, slide your feet back, and then just fold. Now, feel the weight that's going down through the chair, pour out of the chair, and now that weight's going down the legs to the earth. And then you can stand up, but remember that glass of water metaphor. Keep the weight down underneath, and everything up here stays loose, stays relaxed, right? Stays mobile. Rather than tightening everything up, stay relaxed. And then to sit, we fold, fold, and then feel how the weight is down through the chair and the feet are empty. And then when we go to stand up, the most important part is that we pour the weight out of the chair and get it down to the earth through the legs, and then stand up, but stay very relaxed, very loose. And then we fold and sink. And the weight's down through the chair again. So the main mistake people make trying to stand up is they try to just launch up instead of remembering, oh, it's actually this portion of standing up that's most important, and then you come up. Now let's use all those mechanisms to pick up an imaginary item that's dropped on the floor. So exactly like you were just going to sit, but sink down and then reach down, see if you can touch your shins, your ankles, your toes, or maybe even the floor, and then push through the earth and come all the way back up. Now, what a lot of people do when they do this is watch me. So this is what we don't want to do. We don't want to keep the legs straight and bow this way. What we do want to do is butt back and sit the butt. So sit your butt to get low, and then you're near the ground and you can grab, and then use the power of the legs to bring up whatever you're grabbing rather than yanking on the back. So let's do that one more time. Sink. So here we are standing. Vertical. Now, you have two legs. Let's change the weight more to the right leg. And then back to both legs. And then more to the left leg. And then back to the middle. So from this middle, the belly, feel how you can casually, relaxedly just allow all the body weight to really only be going down through one leg, and then you're using both legs, and then you're using the other leg. So they call this separation of yin and yang, separation of full and empty. And most of the time we kind of do this while we're walking, but we don't completely do it. So what we're trying to do is be able to get 100, 0, and then 100 and 0. And most people have one leg that they feel more comfortable on, and that's just exacerbated with things like Parkinson's, which I'm sure you guys have, right? If you were to analyze, you'd go, yeah, I actually spend more time over on this one than I do on the other one. And it's really important not just for the legs to even this out, but everything above is off, right? If I spend more of my time over on this side, and when I walk, I kind of do this, my back is changing in its shape. This area is getting really tight and stuck. This area is getting weaker. So the practice of Tai Chi, just the simple practice of going, okay, I'm over here, and this one's on vacation, and then I'm going over here, and this one's on vacation. Just that is a great practice when you're, let's say, standing in line for something, or you're stuck somewhere and you have to be standing at a stoplight. You just kind of change. And then also, if you have any gait problems, like you get stuck and you can't walk, this is the first thing you would do before you try to advance and walk that way. You go, okay, wait a second. Let me first full empty, okay, balance. Now, this becomes Tai Chi when we add shifting and then turning a little bit to the side that you're in. And then shift and turn. And if you notice, the arms are just along for the ride because we haven't added anything complex for the arms. They're just hanging out loose. And again, my arms don't stay where they were. They come along for the ride. So I don't have to do anything with the arms to get them to already be traveling through space. Change. Now we want to keep doing that, but let's add a little awareness of the hands. So let's all go into your right leg. It's my left, your right. Turn a little bit to your right, and then float your hands that way. But notice when I took my hands this way, I didn't lift them up. They just floated that way. Sort of think of it like elastic, that you're pulling elastic that's going to create a little snapback effect. So we're stretching that elastic. Now shift to your left leg, turn the body. That brings the arms, but then now sweep the arms through, the hands through. Now the elastic is over on this side. This leg is empty, so we go shift and turn and brush and sweep. So this is the first and simplest Tai Chi movement. The bear washing paws in the stream. Just think about a big, lumbering, heavy bear, sturdy bear just going in a stream. Let's add a little more awareness of the hands. So turn so that your left palm is facing that way, right palm facing that way as well. So the hands are in this relationship, and then they change. So now it's shift and turn. This is called brush knee, sweep leg. Together they make the bear washing paws. So you turn the hands, shift and turn and brush and sweep. Then the hands turn, shift and turn, brush and sweep. Let's do this a couple more times. Now, yes, we're repeating the same exercise, but when you're doing it correct, they're not replicas. Each round is actually a little different because I'm a little looser on this round. And so then the hands travel through a slightly different path, and then a slightly different path, eventually becoming the next exercise, which is the bear swirls the stream. So now this hand goes far away and then comes in close. And now this hand is going to go far away, come in close. Brush knee, swirl the stream. Brush knee, swirl the stream. And then as that looseness keeps going, then you can float this arm up with ease, up around chest height. So now it's brush knee, swap the jumping fish. And then this hand drops down into the water. This one floats up. And now we're going shift and turn, brush knee, swap fish. Then they switch again. Left hand down, right arm up. And we're going shift and turn and brush and swap. And then they switch. Shift, turn, brush, swap. And then the higher jumping fish. So the brush knee hand is still low, but this arm reaches up, over, down, and they switch. So everything, this term my teacher says, everyone's on the bus, right? So I got the weight here, I'm turned, my arms are ready, so that it's this whole movement together. So everything's relaxed, but it's moving together. Then they switch. And again, same thing. Shift and turn and brush knee and swap the high jumping fiddle. One more. Now, stay in your left leg. Bring your right hand down, left arm wings up, roll, and then just from the elbow joint, fold. So now this is a loaded, spring-loaded weapon here. We shift to the right leg, turn, brush knee, push. Now that push hand drops down. This hand floats up, roll, fold. Now we're ready. Everyone's on the bus to go shift, turn, brush knee, push. They extend, extend, extend. Then the right hand goes down, left arm roll, fold. Now we're all loaded up and we issue, shift and turn and brush, push. And they exchange again. So this movement has a little more sophistication with its use of the pivots than the bear movements, because we're having to extend but then fold it into a spring-loaded position so that it can then express from that spring-loaded position. Fold. Shift and turn and brush and push. And roll, fold. Shift and turn and brush and push. Fold, fold. Last one. So remember, you've got your left hand loaded, and Joanne, this right hand is down. So if your left hand is up high here, the right hand is over here. Yeah. So if it's already here, then it's not loaded to do anything. Whereas when it's here, it's got all of that movement it can do down low, called brush knee, and push. And then switch. Now, come back to middle. Change your weight to your right leg. Turn your left foot out 5 degrees and change your weight into that left leg. So 100, 0. With this 0 foot, touch the floor out in front of you, empty. Try to resist that natural bit, whereas the toe goes out, your body weight goes with it. Try to stay back in this leg, but bring the foot out and touch, empty. This is cat stance. And then bring this empty foot back, heels touching, both feet turned out, change. So now 100, 0, touch this empty foot out in front. Once again, it's going out, but I'm not being pulled with it. My middle, my weight is connected down here. Then bring that left foot back, change. So the weight goes down. Once this is empty, it can just float, empty. And then bring it back, change. So that's what's happening below the waist. Bring your left foot forward. Now, whichever foot is forward, that hand points up, elbow bent. This hand is down like it's resting, fingertips just on the surface of the water. Now, bring your left foot back. Nothing changes in the hands. But then as you shift the weight, the hands change. Left hand goes down, right elbow bend, and this foot is empty, so it steps out in front. So it's a nice little cognitive challenge to time all that together. Tai Chi is full of that. Bring the right foot back, put it on the ground with no body weight in it so that you can shift the weight to the right leg as the right hand comes down, as the left hand goes up, as the left foot steps out. Bring the left foot back, no body weight, and then shift. So in Tai Chi, there are postures, like this is a posture, right? I'm holding a pose, but really it's the transformation that's valuable. I mean, they're both valuable, but when you bring the foot back, it's not about a quick rush to get to the other pose. It's control, 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 tracking, 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 present, 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 arrive. So that's a heavy load on the brain neural body network. Bring the left foot back. Chain. So we're developing control in a relaxed state. Bring the right foot back. Chain. Full and sturdy, light and empty. Bring that foot back. Chain. Now, let's add just a light challenge to this. Be careful with this one if you have balance issues, which who doesn't? So, lift and touch the toe back down, right? So this front foot, you lift a little and down. And the goal would be, you can see in my body, when I lift this foot, nothing is changing. Whereas if I have weight in that foot, then when I pick it up, there's this sort of yanking on the body. So the goal would be so sturdy here that you can lift and lower. And then let's switch. Bring the right foot back. Change. Right hand down. Left elbow bend. Left foot in front. And let's try lift, lower. Lift, lower. The idea that there's a stillness present in the body. Lift. And wash your paws. So apologies, it looks like there's still some glitchiness. I'm thinking about getting Starlink, which is a sort of satellite deal to get my internet better. So often a problem here. So now, shift to your left leg, stay in your left leg, and sweep that right hand, lake and vapor up. So back of hand facing forward, and also notice there's space here. So it's not in close like this, there's room, it's out in front. Now, shift, turn, and then cloud and lake. Let the hands go through. Then the left hand vapors up, becomes a cloud. The right hand rains down, becomes the lake. And then we shift, turn, and then let the hands go through. They change. And then shift, turn, cloud, lake, vapor and rain. And then we shift, turn, cloud, lake, vapor and rain. Couple more, just like this. Once you get the movement or the choreography, then it's about taking the edge off, softening, relaxing, feeling more in the state of sung, or supple, pliable hydraulic. Last one. And then both hands down. Wash, wash, middle. Now, bring your left hand under, bottom of a circle. Shift to the right leg. Turn to the right. Now, one way this is described is like you're throwing a frisbee, right? So that could be useful maybe not. But this forward and up at a diagonal as you shift and turn the bottom. Turn that left palm out, sweep it down, sweep the leg, and come back to this bottom of a ball. Then we go forward and up at a diagonal as you shift and turn. So now the weight is in this leg. Turn the palm out, sweep down, and then we shift into this leg, turn, and come under. And then forward and up at a diagonal. Turn out, down, sweep. One more, it's called flying diagonal. Turn out, sweep down. And other side, your right hand down at the bottom of this ball, shift it into your left leg, turn a little left. So again, the first direction is forward, but then up at this diagonal as you shift and turn, right? And then turn that palm out, down like a wing, across, bottom of a ball, and then it's going forward and up this sort of slicing through the diagonal space there. Turn the palm out, this sweeps down like a wing, sweeps under, bottom of a ball, and then it's flying diagonal, palm turns out, sweep. Flying diagonal. So this is one half of a more complicated move. We're about to learn the rest of it now. So come back to neutral. Put your left hand on the bottom of that ball. Put your right hand on the top of the ball. And now, opposite directions. And then back. So keep them on their track, like there's two lines of a train track, and one is staying above, one is staying below. So they're keeping on this line. Now keep that idea, turn it on a slight diagonal, so now your bottom hand is going to do that exact diagonal we just did, but this hand is going to do a complementary down and away move. So together that becomes stroking the wild horse's mane. Such a beautiful name, beautiful pose. And then back. And don't speed it up, just kind of try to have the brain, give the brain time, give the nervous system time to be tracking and tracking and tracking and tracking. And also notice this hand, palm is facing up the whole way. And then back. Good. And again. So now here we finish. Turn your left palm out, right palm up. Now one goes down, one comes up. One comes under, one folds over. We're ready to do it again. Stroking wild horse's mane. Turn those palms, eventually simultaneously, one out, one up. And Joanne, is it Joan or Joanne? Joan, switch your hands. So notice how my left hand is high. There you go. And this is low. So we come around. This is called embracing the moon. That's right. And make that big ball. And then this low hand is going to end up high. This high hand going to end up low. So we go stroke, 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 wild horse's mane. Turn both palms, one out, one up, and then down, up, over. Now let's add another bit of challenge. So from here, shift into your right leg and turn to the right. Now as you do stroke wild horse's mane, shift left, turn left. And then turn left palm out, right palm up as you embrace the moon, shift right into this right leg, turn right. So it has this gathering quality. And then shift left, turn left, stroking wild horse's mane. Just feel how the brain, every time we add another layer, the brain goes, whoa, okay, let me track that. Left palm out, right palm up. And then once you get that basic choreography, then you go, okay, I can do this while in a total relaxed state. Just like you're on a chaise lounge chair with a pina colada or whatever your drink of choice would be on your island of choice. So that feeling, we're cultivating that quality while in action. That's what we're working on in Tai Chi. So it's easy and yet very functionally effective. Now bring right hand down, left palm, wash your paws back to middle. And then whenever we do this little sort of wash paw back to middle, that's to promote staying loose rather than saying, okay, come back to middle, oh, bing, and holding ourselves there. It's like saying, no, just kind of ease your way, settle your way back to me. Now go right palm under, left palm over. Remember the two train tracks. So here we're calibrating opposite movement or asymmetric movement here. Palms stay facing. Remember that bottom palm is facing up. Bottom palm facing. So the palm direction doesn't change. Now take that and turn it slightly on a diagonal. So this bottom hand is doing diagonal that we worked on. And this is finding this opposite slice down. Together they pass. That stroke wild horse's mane and return. And then again, just smooth and relaxed. Remember to keep, Joan, that bottom hand, your right hand palm facing up, that way. Yeah. So it's facing up here, and it's facing up the whole way, and it's still facing up all the way there. And this palm is facing down, right? So they're like this relating to each other, and they stay in that relationship all the way. Mm-hmm. Now, finishing here. So we've got this, and notice when I'm here, it's done, I'm complete, but I'm not reaching more this way, more that way. The middle organizes both, so they're comfortable. Turn right palm out, left palm up. Right hand comes down, left hand floats up. Right hand under, left hand over. Now we're all loaded up and ready to do it again. Stroke wild horse's mane. Let it reach that satisfying end. Turn right palm out, left palm up. Embrace moon. As you embrace moon, shift into your left leg, turn the body a little bit left so we're all wound up, loaded up, and then we express from that loaded position, stroke wild horse. Turn those palms, 1, 2, and then as you gather, shift and turn, coordinating all of this to happen with each other. So it's loose, soft, relaxed, light, but not sloppy. It's still precise. Right hand coming down, left hand coming up and over. Reload. Again, shift and turn right as you stroke wild horse's mane. And turn both palms, shift and turn left, gather. Left hand's got to come over top. So we're in that hold of ball. And then it's stroke wild horses. Now, stay here. So you're in your right leg. Sweep left hand under. As you fold right hand over, now we're loaded up on this side to express it the other way. So this adds a challenge for the brain. Now stay in your left leg, sweep that right hand under, fold left hand over, and express stroking wild horse's mane. Stay in the right leg and just gather the ball. So left hand comes under, right hand over. Eventually that just together, right? That ha, right? And then express. And then stay in the left leg and just gather the ball. And then express. And then gather the ball. Express. Gather on this side. Very good. Last time. One more time, make the ball and settle back to middle. And again, get that feeling that when you're coming back to the middle, you're not grabbing your body. You're letting it just kind of ease its way back to settled. Again, the process of being alive is movement, is chi flow, blood flow, electricity flow, lymph flow, all kinds of activity. And so when we grab on, we're sort of limiting, blocking that. That's a fundamental understanding from the Taoist Chinese medicine viewpoint, is that flow is life. And so we're trying to promote that and also get to a place where even when we're standing still, we're just relaxed. And that allows for unimpeded flow. Right? Let's do that again, that whole progression, see if you can kind of get that in the brain a little bit. So now we're shifting to the left, turning to the left, wash your paws to the left. So we're going from stillness to a little bit of movement. And then shift and turn, brush, sweep. And then each one, just a little, maybe larger magnitude in the movement. Each one growing and changing a little more movement through the joints and tissues. Then the bear washing paw becomes the bear swirls the string. That hand sweeps around and around. We're changing leg, full empty each time. We're turning from the hips, belly, low back. They call that the waist, this combination of parts. And then as that loosens up even more, you've got swap the jumping fish, this big bear paw sweeping across, dropping into the water, the other one lift. And try to track both hands. So it's not one and then the other, it's both. As one goes down, the other comes up. As you shift and turn, it's brush knee and swap the fish. And just stay present, 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 present. Keep present as you go for a little higher reach of that bear paw up. And it comes down. And the other floats up. And we're shifting and turning. Last one. Let's all go over to your right leg. Stay in your right leg. Left hand down, right arm wing. Roll and fold. Now everything's loaded up for shift, turn, brush knee, push. And then the right hand goes down in the water as the left arm wing, roll, fold. Right, so it's all loaded up like a little spring, and then we're going shift and turn and brush and push. Let it extend and return to loaded on this side. And then we're shifting and turning, brush and push. Let it extend, extend, extend. And one goes low, other is high. Shift and turn. The low one stays low. The high one stays high. So there's that differentiation. And then the switch. Roll forward. One more time. Shift and turn. Now stay here for a moment, right foot empty, step it a little bit behind you, toes turned out, shift into that right leg, right hand comes down, bend left elbow and empty left foot, step the toe out a little bit in front. Then bring that foot back, change the weight, left hand down, right elbow bend, right foot forward. Step that right foot back. Now, can you time it all together? So as you shift, right hand down, left hand up, left foot, step. And then bring that foot back, change everything. Maybe you add lift. Bring it down, change. Then golden rooster stands on one leg. And wash your paws into cloud hands. So now right hand vapors up, becomes a cloud. Left hand is in the water. Shift and turn, cloud, lake. Lake vapor up, cloud rain down, and then it's shift and turn and cloud, lake. Bring that right hand through, and then vapor and rain, and then it's shift, turn, cloud, lake, vapor, rain, and then shift, turn, cloud, lake, vapor, and shift. And again, shift. And then pause here in the ball on your left side, left hand low, right hand high, stroke wild horse's mane. So as the hands do that complex exchange of diagonal movement, shift and turn to the left. Turn the left palm out, right palm up. Embrace the move. One hand high, one hand low. Shift and turn. Turn left palm out, right palm up. Shift to the right, turn to the right. Right hand rising, left hand coming down. Gathering the ball. Stroke wild horse's mane. Turn palms. One more time. Stroke wild horse's mane. Now stay in your left leg, sweep right hand under, left hand over. Let's do a few in this from this side. Stroke wild horse's mane. So that, remember, right palm will face up. There. Turn palm out, palm up. Shift left, turn left. Gather the ball. And then stroke. Right palm out, left palm up. So pay close attention here. Left palm facing up, right palm facing down, left hand up, right hand down, right hand under, left hand over. This bottom hand, palm stays facing up and goes away from the body and up. That's that diagonal that we worked on. Yep. And then this hand goes down and away. So it's, and then turn both palms, one out, one up, one down, one up, one under, one over, stroke. Now stay on this side, sweep left hand under, right hand over, and stroke wild horse's mane this way. Stay on this leg, turn a little more, gather that ball. Eventually this all just kind of makes sense, but feel that sort of light amount of chaos that at first is there, trying to coordinate this. And then, like everyone else who's ever practiced Tai Chi, when you start to find, oh, I can coordinate that. My brain can handle that. Right? These are the signs of success. And everyone starts from the same place, going, huh? And then, oh, it's like discombobulated to recombobulated. If that's you. And then sweep down, cross, settling back to middle. And then our final movement, called Sink Chi Wash Organs. Tip a little bit into your heels, open and lift. Tip a little bit into your toes, right? So I was in my heels a little, now toes a little. Sweep the hands around in front. Then tip into the heels again and bring the hands back. Settle to the middle of your feet, hands settle to the belly. And then we do this Tai Chi squat. Remember how we worked on before, where we're sitting the buttocks and letting the arms dangle loose. And then push through the earth and stand back up. We're going to do that again. We'll do it twice more. Rock to the heels a little bit, open and lift. Lift. Rock to the toes. Sweep the arms around, out in front of you, palms face up. Rock to the heels, hands come in. Rock to the middle of your feet, hands settle to the middle. And then that little squat. And the whole while, the weight is out of the body, we're grounded. So eventually you can do this movement of rocking, and you don't feel like you're about to fall over. You don't feel like you're having your balance almost get lost the whole time, compromising your balance. All you're doing is cultivating a supple, pliable, movable body with this sturdiness under. Shogun, wings, roll, fold, this closing gesture, closing like we're shutting the hood down on a car that we've just been working on the engine. We seal and seal. So again, the hands come down to the belly button level, turn, and then we go 1, 2. Just a reminder of the importance of this area. A lot of times we're caught in the emotional or the mental, and this, the Tai Chi says, this is our sort of primordial battery here. So settle here. And then closing hand position, 1, 2. Thank you, everybody. So make sure you know where your chair is to go to have a seat. And we're a little over time, so if you have to just bow out, you can just wave and leave. If you have questions, feel free to email me. And if there are any questions now, please unmute or comments.